Hong Kong hot pot, also known as steamboat, is more than just a meal. It is an experience that brings people together, creating a sense of community and togetherness. The essence of hot pot lies in its ability to transform a simple meal into a memorable event. It is a social experience where friends and family gather to share not just food, but also stories, laughter, and moments of joy. The act of cooking together at the table fosters a unique bond among participants. A celebration of fresh ingredients and communal cooking, hot pot allows everyone to contribute to the meal. From selecting the freshest vegetables and meats to dipping them into the simmering broth, every step is a shared activity. Families and friends gather around a steaming pot, sharing stories and laughter as they cook their food in a fragrant broth. This tradition is not just about eating, it's about creating memories and strengthening relationships. This interactive dining experience is deeply ingrained in Hong Kong culture. It reflects the city's love for food and social gatherings, making it a staple in many households and restaurants. The origins of hot pot can be traced back centuries, but it has evolved over time to become a beloved tradition in Hong Kong. From its humble beginnings to its modern-day variations, hot pot has always been about bringing people together. It represents the city's vibrant culinary scene, blending Cantonese cuisine with international influences. This fusion of flavors and styles makes Hong Kong hot pot a unique and exciting dining experience. The beauty of hot pot lies in its simplicity and versatility. Whether you prefer a rich, spicy broth or a light, clear one, there is a hot pot style to suit every palate. The endless combinations of ingredients mean that no two hot pot meals are ever the same. Hot pot restaurants are ubiquitous in Hong Kong, ranging from humble street stalls to upscale establishments. Each offers a unique take on this traditional dish, ensuring that there is something for everyone. Each restaurant and household often has its own unique broth recipe, passed down through generations. These broths are the heart of the hot pot, infusing the ingredients with rich, complex flavors. The choice of ingredients is vast, catering to all tastes and preferences. From fresh seafood and tender meats to an array of vegetables and noodles, the possibilities are endless. This diversity is what makes hot pot a beloved dish for so many. The heart of Hong Kong hot pot lies in its rich and flavorful broth. This broth is not just a simple soup, it is a carefully crafted elixir that forms the soul of the hot pot experience. The process of making this broth is an art in itself, requiring patience and precision. A good broth is the foundation upon which the entire hot pot experience is built. It serves as the canvas for the myriad of ingredients that will be added, each contributing its unique flavor and texture to the final dish. It is typically made with a base of meat bones, seafood or vegetables, simmered for hours to extract maximum flavor. The slow simmering process allows the essence of the ingredients to meld together, creating a broth that is both rich and complex. Common ingredients include chicken feet, pork bones, dried scallops, and kelp. Each of these ingredients brings its own unique properties to the broth, enhancing its depth and richness. These ingredients lend a savory depth and aroma to the broth. The chicken feet and pork bones provide a gelatinous texture, while the dried scallops and kelp add a subtle umami flavor that is simply irresistible. Spices like star anise, cloves, and Sichuan peppercorns may be added for additional complexity. These spices infuse the broth with a fragrant aroma and a hint of spiciness, elevating the overall taste profile. Beyond the broth, the selection of ingredients for Hong Kong hot pot is vast and varied. This diversity allows for a customizable dining experience, where each person can choose their favorite ingredients to cook in the communal pot. Thinly sliced meats, such as beef, pork, and lamb, are essential. These meats cook quickly in the hot broth, absorbing its flavors while retaining their own distinct taste and tenderness. Seafood, including fish, prawns, and shellfish, adds a delicate sweetness. The fresh seafood not only enhances the flavor of the broth but also provides a delightful contrast to the richer meats. Fresh vegetables provide a refreshing contrast with popular choices including leafy greens, mushrooms, and tofu. These vegetables not only add color and texture to the hot pot but also balance the richness of the meats and seafood. Noodles, dumplings, and rice cakes offer hearty additions. These ingredients are perfect for soaking up the flavorful broth, making each bite a burst of taste and satisfaction. Creating the perfect hot pot broth is an art form, a delicate balance of flavors and techniques passed down through generations. It begins with selecting high-quality ingredients and carefully cleaning them. Freshness is key, as the quality of the ingredients directly impacts the final taste of the broth. The bones or seafood are often blanched to remove impurities before being added to the pot. This step ensures that the broth remains clear and free of any unwanted flavors. Water is then added, and the broth is brought to a simmer. The temperature must be carefully controlled to extract the essence of the ingredients without boiling them too harshly. It is crucial to maintain a gentle simmer to avoid clouding the broth. A clear broth is a sign of a well-executed hot pot, reflecting the skill and patience of the chef. Skimming away any foam or impurities that rise to the surface is essential for a clear and flavorful broth. This process should be done regularly to ensure the broth remains pristine. The broth is left to simmer for several hours, allowing the flavors to meld and deepen. Patience is key, as the slow cooking process brings out the richness of each ingredient. The longer it simmers, the richer and more intense the taste. Each hour adds layers of complexity, transforming the broth into a symphony of flavors. Towards the end of the cooking time, seasonings are added to taste. This final touch allows the chef to fine-tune the balance of flavors, ensuring a perfect harmony. Salt, soy sauce, and sugar are commonly used to balance the flavors. These ingredients enhance the natural taste of the broth, creating a well-rounded and satisfying base. Some recipes may also call for Shaoxing wine or oyster sauce for added depth. These special ingredients contribute unique notes, elevating the broth to new heights of culinary excellence. Once the broth is ready, the real fun begins. Assembling the hot pot. A variety of ingredients are artfully arranged on platters and bowls, ready to be cooked in the simmering broth. Thinly sliced meats are best for hot pot as they cook quickly and absorb the flavors of the broth. Seafood should be fresh and of good quality. Vegetables can be chosen based on personal preference, with a mix of textures and colors adding visual appeal. When adding ingredients to the hot pot, it's best to start with those that require longer cooking times. Denser vegetables such as root vegetables and mushrooms can be added first. Meats and seafood can be added later, followed by quick cooking items like leafy greens and noodles.